Hello, subscribers. Today I do a response video to the video that Abbas Lassalle, aka Don Corleone, aka Dr. Evil, have made to Nina and Randa. He is actually roast her and her sister. This video is the video where she's next to the king of propaganda, the master of slander, and the troll of insanity, aka vegan Cheetah, and two other YouTubers that I don't know actually. This is my reaction, what I see, what I think about it. If you know my videos, you know that I think that Abbas Lassalle have at least narcissistic persona, disease, or being a psychopath or a sociopath. So enjoy the video.
Anytime someone, and I know this might upset people, if they have in their bio like ethical vegan, like they identify as that literally makes me cringe, because I'm just like, you can't just go vegan and then all of a sudden say, oh, I'm an ethical person, and everyone else isn't living this ethical lifestyle. It's just like,
Nina and Randa there and the others, they think that it is not okay for vegans to say that one ethical vegan is they think actually that it be not good to use the word ethical vegan, because you know what I say. But if you ask me, there's actually no problem. If I can imagine when I was not vegan, that's not something that may bother away. Maybe I want to know, can make their interest up. What's that? And also, politics don't work. Don't try to be a politician. Be honest, be real. That make the world more vegan. Politics, look to the whole history. Politicians and politics, they have nothing changed the moral population. Been always activists, people that speak up for what they believe in. You don't change people by only say that you play political games. You don't change people by saying, I've been an animal advocate, or I've been one vegetable activist, or something like that.
Like, nobody lives a cruelty-free lifestyle, and it's a cruelty-free lifestyle, and I think it's kind of a little, it comes across as like condescending, or like that you're better than someone else. It's like, no, like, yeah, it's not approachable, and it's like, it's not, yes, it appeals to people who are vegan.
Yes, vegans being more ethical vegetarians or meat eaters. Just like somebody that's not rape is better than somebody that's rape. Just like somebody that is not a murderer is better than somebody that murder. Just like somebody that is not a molester is better than somebody that molests. We live in a capitalistic society. Awaken humans. Supply and demand, you be directly responsible. Just like somebody that pay for somebody to be murdered. You do the murder not yourself, but you pay, and therefore you've been responsible.
Contact with the digital demimonde of veganism, I've seen people pretending that vegans were brilliant when they're not brilliant, when they're imbeciles, when they're writing is garbage. We all get into this game, this small town mentality of pretending they're witty and charming and brilliant when they're not, pretending they're humorous and intelligent when they're not, and pretending they're beautiful when they're not. When Nita and Randa are in Los Angeles, sitting in the waiting room next to the other young women who are trying for that same part, do you think they stand out as especially good looking? No, they're not good looking. Period.
Of course he say that, because he is a little bit pedophile. Let me bring that again up. Yes, Abbas Lazel. You can say so far as you want, but the actually true is, yes, there been just actually regular people, regular teenagers that do regular teenager things that attract regular teenager people on their channel. That's what I stand for, that's how they're being. So how is there actually done? Abbas Lazel? Now I see also some narcissistic traits in your personality. Again, and if you don't see it, you've been blind. Actually. No problem with that, man. You don't have read maybe a lot of psychological books. But I have done, and therefore I can guarantee you that there is something wrong with his personality.
We can pretend because they're vegan and they appeared in a Taco Bell commercial, you know, supporting the fucking meat and dairy industry and the fast food industry that we all supposedly demonize when they sold out for a few dollars to they're good looking and they're brilliant and they're leaders in the vegan movement.
And that's other thing where I think that you've been actually a little bit insane, because she and her sister have done a commercial indeed for Taco Bell, but Taco Bell have also, so if you have say, I mentioned that we don't have to fight the whole industry and that we have to change the companies, so how is the retard? Abbas Lazel. She have done a commercial for a vegan option of Taco Bell. So where's the logic in your revelation?
Inexplicably, unforgivably idiotic, it's not limited to the bottom rung of part-time bikini models and weight loss gurus. It's really not. With veganism being dominated by people who I find inexplicably, unforgivably idiotic, it's not limited to the bottom rung of part-time bikini models and weight loss gurus. It's really not.
Indeed, that's true, Abbas Lazel, and you don't have to say it again, because I've heard you say a lot of times. Veganism is not only in bikinis and swimsuits, but veganism is also not only a bunch of big jerks in monkey costumes harassing each other. Veganism is against animal exploitation. Veganism is not about being politics, or acting like a politician, or acting like a shit cunt, or acting like one gossip like vegan Cheetah and you. Veganism is actually do something for the animals, no matter how you do it, but is stand up for what you believe in. Stand up against injustice, stand to let the status quo just like it be. No matter how you been, no matter how you act, there will always people be that horn holds your thorns.
I mean, Gary Yourofsky, if you search the history on this channel, one of my most popular videos, or maybe two of my most popular videos, were the critiques of Gary Yourofsky. Because I was saying things that a lot of people needed to hear in those videos. Some people knew about the problems with Gary Yourofsky and were in denial about them, and some were totally unaware of it and were shocked. Gary Yourofsky, I don't know, I wouldn't hesitate to call him an idiot. Again, I'm biased in his favor. I recognize that in a lot of issues his heart is in the right place, that he's trying to make the world a better place. But he's not just a little bit stupid, people. He's not. Gary Francione.
So, if you call Gary Yourofsky an idiot, you bust Lazel, then I have to say you did. I think you've been an idiot, and also some very big psychopath. If you've been against Gary Yourofsky, then you have no logical integrity and no logical sense. I bust Lazel. Then I say you've been most likely also, say, in the time of, let me play in time. Let me go back to 1945. I've been captured with a lot of Jews in Nazi concentration camp, Germany. Supporting the pacifists, the Allied forces that go in Nazi concentration camp Germany and kill the Nazis in order to save the Jews, or want to hold the pacifists stand fast on the idea of Gandhi. I admire a lot, but the Randa have lost his mind in this part, because the great pacifists, Gandhi, say that the Jews have to commit suicide to raise the conscience of the world on their planet. That is why pacifists can take it too far. So can violence. But pacifists, extremely 100% pacifist, if you ask me, they've been incapable of using logical thought. All the pacifists that claim to be for pacifist or vegan rights, or for animal rights, instead that they arrest one of my biggest heroes, Gary Yourofsky, by cutscenes from him online. Instead that they go to his website and read the whole essence in once, instead of bits and pieces online. And stop with this. Instead of that, let me fight together, our channel, not, and let me fight all injustice, not only human injustice, but also animal injustice. Instead that we play stupid, play smart. All vegans against the people that pay for the murder, rape and torture of other living beings. This industry has been unjust. They're being not justifiable. meat, dairy and egg industries, they've been the most biggest terrorist industries on the whole planet. Well, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X not being agree on the kind of tactics that are being used to end segregation. When Martin Luther King was asked to stop Malcolm X's radicalism, he replies, Malcolm X stops when racism stops. Now, I ask you, the pacifists, go with the people that want to do anything to change the status quo, even use violence. Let's give them the same treatment and say, if people say the armed use violence, Gary Yourofsky support violence, but don't do it. Let me say the Animal Liberation Front supports economic sabotage. Let's give them the same treatment that Martin Luther King give to Malcolm X and say, this stops when speciesism stops. Gary Yourofsky stops, the arm stops, the Animal Liberation Front stops, when the meat, dairy and egg eaters accept their mistakes, accept their wrongs, accept that it's not your right, based on your traditions, your beliefs and your habits, to deny animals their freedom, so that you enslave them, rape them, torture them and exploitate them. And that is not their rights. And that there be no excuse to veganism, and that they have to make a plea and move forwards.